I want to talk about different fits for guys. Um, there's lots and lots of guys who are different body types that don't fit into the ideal shape for a suit. Uh, but I want to preface some of the tips that I'm going to give here by saying that a lot of what's mentioned in here are tricks such as pattern changes that will make the biggest difference on camera. But in person, most people, most people aren't going to be fooled by the visual tricks. But there are some things that you can do to get a jacket that's going to give you closer to the ideal shape when you're wearing a suit. The shapes I'm going to cover are the athletic man, the large man, the tall man, and this should say the shorter man, but it seems that it decided to put it over there, so that's something I'll have to fix when I go to make my final cut. Staying on here, there are common body shapes for. Here are the common body shapes for men. I'm going to go through each, talking about what qualifies you to fit into one of these categories, the major pain points that you're going to run into if you are one of these body types, and then how to solve them. So starting with the athletic body type. What qualifies you to be the athletic body type? You're going to have a larger drop, so you're going to have a drop 8 or more. You're going to have a large overarm measurement, and an overarm measurement is, to describe it, basically, so you've got your chest measurement, as you can see here, where you measure across the chest, and then your overarm measurement is when they take a tape measure and they put it over your arms and your chest and take the measurement. So when you have a large overarm measurement, it means that your overarm measurement is higher than 10 inches difference between your chest and your overarm measurement. So for example, if you've got a size 40 chest and you had a 56-inch overarm measurement, you would definitely be fitting in the more athletic category because you've got large arms. Some of the other pain points that athletic guys have are that they have large thighs and they have trouble fitting into suits, and they also have a larger seat, which has trouble when they're doing up their trousers. So again, those pain points are that generally you're not, as an athletic guy, you're gonna have trouble fitting into slim pants. You're gonna have too much room in the waist of your jacket, and your arms are gonna feel tight in your suit. You might also have breaking in the lapels at the chest, and you may also have collar roll from a more erect posture or larger back muscles. So solutions. If you are trying to find a suit that's going to fit you better than the average off the rack, look for suits that are noted to have a more athletic cut. A lot of designers offer a more athletic cut suit. You're going to want a suit that's going to have a natural shoulder, because your shoulders will probably have enough bulk in them that you're not going to want to add a pad that's just going to look awkward. Taking your suit at the waist, if it's a drop 6, you'll want it taken in a little bit so that it fits you closer to your body. And depending on how athletic you are, the only solution might be a made-to-measure or a bespoke suit. You want to avoid peak lapels because they're going to emphasize your V-shape more than necessary. And you can also wear a handkerchief to break up your chest, and that's going to help visually. Go for a deeper gorge. So the gorge, of course, is the V. You want the gorge to be deeper because it's going to improve the lapels because they've got more room going from the collar down to the gorge. If you're a larger man, you're qualified typically by a very small drop, or if you've got, for example, a chest of 48 inches plus. Most suits off the rack only go up to 48 inches, although some manufacturers, for example Brooks Brothers, go up to 50 or 52, but beyond that you'll definitely be looking at made-to-measure or bespoke. So the pain points if you're a larger guy are going to be trouble getting jackets to fit at the waist, and when you do find a jacket that fits at the waist, a lot of times it's going to be too big in the shoulders, and so you're going to have shoulder pads that are hanging over your shoulders. And there are some solutions. Start by wearing a more relaxed cut suit, obviously, and that's going to have a lot more room in the waist, and the shoulders should fit you properly, depending on how the suit is cut. It's also going to have a little bit more padding to balance the balance your body's image and put a little bit more heft in your shoulders. Consider a pleated pant that's going to give you a little more give in the waist, and 2-button jackets with a deeper gorge will elongate your torso, balancing out your shape. A subtle vertical stripe is a nice pattern. It's going to have a similar effect. Wider lapels with a peak will help keep everything in proportion as well, and you can draw attention to your chest with a pocket square. If you're a taller guy, you're qualified by being 6 foot 3 inches or taller, which I would describe as mildly tall, and 6 foot 7 inches or taller, which is very tall. The pain points for a taller guy are that the regular size suits are too short for you, and you're going to have problems with sleeves needing to be lengthened a lot. On some occasions, there's not going to be enough fabric to make a hem in your pants, but only if you're exceptionally tall. So the solution for that is that if you are between 6 foot 3 and 6 foot 7, you can get a long or a tall suit body, and that's designed to fit a guy that's a little bit taller. If you are 6 foot 7 or taller, up to about 6'11", maybe 6'10", you can get an extra long or an extra tall suit. And if you're taller than 6'10", 6'11", you're going to be definitely looking at made to measure or bespoke only. I should comment that the only manufacturer who I've seen that keeps a lot of extra long suits on the sales floor is Brooks Brothers. If you are a taller guy, wear a 3-button suit, because it's going to basically it's going to shorten your torso a little bit. You can also look at a 3-piece or a double-breasted to create the same effect, and it's going to emphasize breadth and reduce height to give you the ideal look. Wear a natural shoulder, because there's no need for extra padding with your height. And window pane or slightly busier patterns can be your friend, because they break up your body and again enhance breadth and reduce height. Vertical stripes are not ideal, because they're going to make you look very, very tall. And thick cuffs on your pants, on your trousers, can ground your height. And you just have to make sure that the pants have enough fabric in them to make a nice cuff. If you are a shorter guy, you're qualified typically by being about 5'8" inches or shorter, maybe 5'7", depending on the cut of the suit. The big pain point for shorter guys is that the regular sized suits fit sloppy. They fit like far too large. So if you are having that problem, get a shorter body suit. And short bodies are offered by lots and lots and lots of manufacturers, probably more than any other, more than any long or tall suits or any other variations. Lots of manufacturers offer short bodies. So once you find the fabric you want, just make sure that you can get a short body in it. Vertical stripes are going to give you the illusion of being taller than you are. And you can keep flat front uncuffed pants, so that because the cuff will break up your height. And consider avoiding suiting features that break up your suit, like ticket pockets or other details that are going to break up the height of your suit. So that covers all the different sorts of fits. And moving on, I want to talk about sort of the standard suits that you want to consider when you're starting out your suiting collection. When you're starting off, if you're in business, you want to be looking at a solid navy or a solid gray suit. It's generally considered to be the best for business. I want to make a point here that the standards are called standards for a reason. Your first couple of suits are not really something that you want to get creative with. Save it for the shirt and tie early on. And then once you own several suits, you can start to get a little bit more creative. I've seen guys get creative when they don't have any suits. I've done it myself, and it sucks because you become known as the guy that's got one suit. Because if you got a slightly bolder pattern, everybody's going to see that pattern consistently because you don't own a lot of suits, and that's just going to be what you're known for, is wearing that suit. Even though you wear the same suits almost every day, work is not the place to be known as the guy who wears suits with funky stripes. Just because it looks cool a few times doesn't mean it's something that you're going to want to be wearing every day. So definitely you want to start out with the solid navy or the solid gray suit here. For formal, the standard is definitely black. It's something you're definitely going to want to have in your closet for weddings, funerals, and holiday parties. But if you are starting off in business, you probably don't want to start off with a black suit. I'd recommend starting off with the navy or the gray, and then once you're ready to buy the black suit for those weddings and funerals, so you have the appropriate dress. And then if you're going to be looking at a fourth suit, you can open things up a lot more. Maybe get blue with a stripe or gray with a check, or go do something a little bit different. But it's not a bad idea to get a summer suit. And if that's the way you want to go, make it a crisp tan suit and a light wool, or maybe a cotton, depending on if you're not going to be wearing it to work or if you have a more relaxed work environment. And the cotton suit can be worn on casual days at the office, and any tan suit can be worn at the office during summer or for summer daytime weddings. It's definitely an appropriate choice. So that covers up everything that I wanted to talk about suits. This is a rough cut, so there's lots more changes I'm going to be making before I take another attempt at trying to produce this episode. If you are interested in checking out anything else about men's style, please check my website, mrsartorial.com. You can also send me an email at mail@mrsartorial.com, and you can find me on Twitter at Mr. Sartorial. Thanks very much. I really appreciate having a look that you had a look at this episode. Please do give me some feedback on it, because I want to try and make it better. And I know I didn't hit everything this go around, but with your feedback and with your questions, I'll definitely be able to produce something better for my final cut. Thanks again, and have a great day.